Yes, I am called Emolot Allan David, and I am the chairperson of the Independent Continental Youth Advisory Council on the AFCFTA. This is a youth-led body initiated by the youth who ideally found it important to have a youth body that speaks about the AFCFTA, that provides a united voice of youth around the continent on the AFCFTA. These youth, over 35 of them, who were convened by the ULEAD Africa, MSTCDC, and GIZ African Union Office in Arusha, Tanzania, to mainly provide knowledge about the CFTA, to train them about the CFTA, found it that in the implementation process or in the drafting process of the AFCFTA, the youth ideally were not fully involved in that process. So they found it wise to have a body that is going to speak for the youth, be a united voice for the youth, that is going to ensure that the youth are at the center of the implementation of the CFTA. So this body that eventually came to be known as the Independent Continental Youth Advisory Council on the AFCFTA was launched, officially launched, by His Excellency Jakaya Kikwete, former President of Tanzania, on 11th of November 2021 during the ULEAD Summit, in the presence of the AFCFTA Secretariat officials, young members of parliament, National Youth Council chairpersons, and quite a number of delegates who were present physically, and over 20,000 of youth who were present virtually attending the ULEAD Summit 2021. So the vision of this amazing body is mainly to facilitate the institutionalization of youth in the processes of the AFCFTA, not only at the continental level, but at country level. And one of the mandates, or the mandate of this council is to conduct research and disseminate knowledge around the AFCFTA, provide spaces of youth to participate freely on the AFCFTA. And when we say provide spaces, we are mainly talking about webinars, TV, radio interviews. We are talking about boot camps. We are talking about seminars. And we are also talking about focus group discussions in various levels, or at country level. The other mandate of the council is to ensure that they provide negotiations. It becomes a vehicle of African youth to be able to negotiate with their government through the country chapters, to ensure that those laws, those barriers, those policies that are hindering youth from fully participating in business, hence taking full advantage of the AFCFTA, are either repealed or rather enacted in that sense, to ensure that our youth and women fully participate in the AFCFTA. The other mandate is to ensure that our youth fully understand what Pan-African is, are fully involved in the process, because again, the AFCFTA promotes not only economic integration, but also in that sense promotes African interests. So it is a vehicle that will also teach our youth about Pan-Africanism, but the notion of specifically buy Africa, build Africa. And the other mandate, probably the last mandate of the council, is to ensure that our youth also understand the Agenda 2063, because again, Aspiration 6 of the Agenda 2063 mainly talks about that an Africa whose developments is driven by the youth and women and taking care of children. So having the youth participate on the AFCFTA is very important through the council, because again, the AFCFTA is one agreement that is fully targeting on creating employment amongst the youth and encouraging the youth to not only to not only engage in business, but also in service through, of course, the opportunity that is creating from the inter-African trade. So briefly, that is what the council is, and we encourage all development partners, all heads of government to work with the council to ensure that our youth fully understand the CFTA and take an advantage of it. We say member states because we have chapters at each country level that ensures the full implementation of the AFCFTA, that also ensures that the youth are fully included in the implementation process of the AFCFTA at country level. So we encourage all member states to work with our country chapters to ensure that our youth are included in the processes of the AFCFTA, starting with the negotiations on the protocol of the youth and women in trade. So thank you so much, and we look forward to working with all of you. Asante sana.